Everybody, welcome back. We're here with Match 2, the Bearded Dragons Game Day Tournament. On the right is Anthony R, and on the left is Tristan M. We saw Tristan in our last video. He's playing a Jeskai Ascendancy combo, and Anthony is playing a red-white tokens deck with a couple interesting tricks up his sleeve. So matchup kind of interesting here. Both players just kind of sitting, doing their thing, and trying to delay the other one. Tristan trying to get a couple guys and maybe make some favorable trades so that he can have the time to get his combo out. And Anthony going to be using his lightning strikes, maybe some Stoke the Flames to kind of start to disrupt everything, and then kind of see the sideboard cards from there, depending on play draw situations and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup. This is one I look forward to watching. This is round 2 of 4, so there were 4 rounds in this tournament. So got a lot of games, a lot of quality players, a lot of quality decks. Ton of deck testing was done the weekend before, the night before. So yeah, we're going to see how this one plays out here. Not sure if the players have rolled yet. I walked over to the table and started the video after they had already kind of started to do a bunch of things. So I'm assuming that they have rolled. We're going to see who plays first here. Anthony electing to keep his hand. Tristan going to send it back. I think for Anthony, looking for a hand that has maybe one, probably at least one lightning strike, probably a Rabble Master, and maybe a Seeker just to get those first couple drops to kind of give you board presence and start chipping away at this. Make Tristan have to make some hard decisions, and then try to keep him off that ramp, so that as he continues to kind of build towards his combo, maybe you buy yourself a couple turns, because it's not going to take more than 1 or 2 turns on either side for each one of these players. Battlefield Forge coming in. Going to tap it for red, and we're going to go with Swift Spear. So a little bit of a kind of a heroic type deal. Anthony's showing us his hand, seeing a Wild Slash in there. Going to see what kind of stuff we can play out with. Going to continue to poke through for 1. So real nice play on the clock here. I think Monastery Swift Spear is a solid card. We see Magma Jet going to help trade out pretty favorably. I didn't get to see a lot of Anthony's deck when he played against me, so seeing it here, I'm a pretty big fan. Gives a creature, I believe, +3/+0. Lets him scry, so winds up getting 4. The Monastery Swift Spear prowess triggers. He passes the turn, so he's really got Tristan on the clock. Tristan probably looking at maybe 1 or 2 more turns. I'd say 2 or 3. 2 or 3 more turns here, unless he really starts to kind of play things out and get some board presence. About 7 damage off 2 lands. That's real fast for red-white. And red-white is real fast. I like the direction that Anthony kind of took everything in. Had the option to just kind of start to play wide with tokens, but elected to say, I want to be able to play wide. I want to be able to have kind of one creature that I protect. So, going to play his it's like a cornucopia horn for 1. I don't know the actual name of it, but going to play for 1. Swift Spear, and going to poke over with 2. So kind of going to put him on the clock here. Should probably saving a bunch of burst things in his hand. Not going to try to go for lethal. Not going to try to really swing anything out unless he knows he's got it. Pokes through for 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6. No, he elects not to do it. Tristan thinking about his plays here. Trying to count. Magma Jet at the end of his turn. And Tristan just going to scoop from that one. So he's probably trying to buy time for turns, trying to look for something here. Just didn't see what he wanted. He had to mulligan, probably thought maybe a couple draws were going to give it to him. but didn't get it. So Swift Spear's coming out really, really fast. Anthony had a lot of cards for backup, but just kind of buying those turns, just poking through with the Swift Spears, getting a couple damage here and there, pretty much putting them on a clock and saying, I have the spells to put lethal on the board. I don't want to play it. I want Tristan to have to, kind of play a little bit scared or kind of continue to do his thing, and maybe I can surprise him. So player's going to do some pretty, looks like Tristan definitely some pretty heavy sideboard. Interested to see what he's going to throw into here. Interested to see what he's taking out. Because a whole lot of cards are coming out. This is something both of these players were significantly better at than me. They do a lot of teching and deck testing with. Oh, I know exactly what Tristan's doing. They did a lot of teching with if I'm on the play, if I'm on the draw. Tristan's deck, he said that when he mulligans, or when he sideboards, he takes out all 15 of his cards that help him with his combo, and he throws in 15 creatures, and he then plays 3-color Oops All creatures. Not sure what Anthony's going to see. I can't imagine a race going in. I can't imagine any naturalizes going in. And I know that he tested with Tristan, so be interested to see if he sideboards knowing the cards that Tristan is going to be sideboarding. Nonetheless, this next game is going to be pretty interesting here. So Swift Spear, great addition to that deck. It obviously has its matchups, that it has cards that have to get played around it, but given that the traditional red-white tokens deck was pretty much playing tons of burn spells and things like Raise the Alarm, to be able to put that 1-drop on the board early and have it be a 1/2. So, trades out with just about everything that you're going to have to go against early, can trade out with coursers. Really, really well. It's one of the discussions Anthony was having with me. I attack, you block with your courser. I Magma Jet the courser. Get the prowess trigger. My guy lives, your guy dies. I get to scry 2. Helps get through some of the early turns that mid-range is going to have against you. Not going to survive Bio Blights. But hopefully you have lots of other targets at that point and just don't overload the board with 3 Monastery Swift Spears and go all in. So Tristan going to be on the play here in Game 2. And players thinking about their hands. I'm going to see what things happen here. Tristan going to send his hand back. So not sure what he was looking for. I mean, he knows that early pressure is coming on. I'm pretty sure he boarded out all his combo pieces. Probably still has a couple of the control things in there, but maybe just didn't see the creatures on curve. Maybe just didn't see the pressure that he was going to need. Anthony must have drawn everything that he's hoping to see. He probably can't have any complaints after the way the last game went, but he knows that Tristan is going to need to draw some heat here to keep up with his deck. So he didn't really see a whole lot of what's going on, but if Tristan's building a deck that they tested with, he probably knows at least a little bit of what's going on. So Tristan keeps, plays down his tap land, and passes the turn. Get a scry. He's going to keep it. And look at the top 5. He's going to take Savage Knuckleblade. He's going to send the rest to the graveyard. So definitely board out some pieces. Definitely going to start playing some 3-color aggro. We are going to see Seeker of the Way, and we're going to pass. I'm expecting to see that Knuckleblade this turn, just to get some board presence. I really doubt there's a whole lot of anything Anthony's got on the field here. Or in his, sorry, not on the field, in his hand. I don't think there's any spells unless he's going to stoke the Knuckleblade. I mean, that alone probably, depending on your hand, might be a reason to not play the Knuckleblade this turn, just to have it immediately get stoked the next turn. I mean, you could take the play style of you got to have an answer for this, and if he's got the stoke, he plays it, and you buy yourself a turn, and you blow that out. But We'll see how it goes. So not drawing a second land because I saw a Rabble Master in there and I'd be expecting a land Rabble Master that turn. So we're going to play another Seeker, see if we can possibly maybe double block, see what's going to happen, but we're just going to like to take the 4. Tristan moving to second main. Plays down a Carotid. Passes the turn. Possibly. Plays land for the turn and passes. Anthony's going to draw. Going to swing over for 4. +3/+0. +3/+0. Prowess triggers twice on each guy. So Tristan taking a ton of damage there, and Anthony getting a ton of life. That, I can imagine that just got to almost seal the deal here on that one. That was rough. Lets it go through. I mean, look at this. What's this? 4th turn? That's a lot of pressure to put on the board 1st turn. I don't know what the card is called. I want to say it's like Heroic Strength or Heroic Strike. But it's 1 red. It gives it a creature +3/+0 and lets you scry 1. I believe it's 3/0. I'm not going to sit here and do the math. But Seeker of the Way gets the Prowess trigger and the non-creature spell. The non-creature spell lifelink. So, Segu Mauler coming out for 6. The 6/6 trampling hexproof. Tristan just kind of can't believe it. I'm pretty sure that was not the cards that he thought were coming across the board. And he's going to play Stoke the Flames, and that's going to do it. Tristan probably pretty tilted after this one. Going to just set it there at -1 so everybody can see it. It goes down to a -1, and that's going to wrap it up for this one. So Anthony going to keep moving on here at Game Day.